Hello everyone. This will be our 8th video on how to integrate multi-agent systems with AI for process and efficiency analysts to make their jobs easier.
Hi. Look, I've had this process drawn up by the team a few months ago. In theory, it's what we're supposed to do. But if I'm honest, I'm not even sure we follow it to the letter. And that worries me, because if we're not following the process, how can we measure whether we're improving or not?
And they probably won't follow it. It's more common than it seems. That's where one of the system's most valuable subagents comes in, the Flow Extractor. This agent not only observes, but also learns from your operation's day-to-day operations.
That's the one that uses RPA, right? I thought RPAs were only good for automating things.
Exactly, but this is a different kind of RPA. It's a special kind of RPA. It's not designed to perform repetitive tasks like sending emails or moving files, but to observe how processes are actually performed within your company. It's as if you had a permanent analyst inside each computer, closely watching every movement. It records step by step what your teams do in their tools, what clicks they make, what forms they fill out, how long it takes, in what order they do it, even if they stop to look for information.
I mean, he doesn't ask me to tell him how we work. He sees it for himself. That changes everything.
Correct. It's not based on what we say we do, but on what we actually do. And that's what makes it so powerful, because it shows you the difference between the designed process and the lived process. We often design ideal processes, but the actual execution is full of shortcuts, adaptations, and exceptions.
And how do you collect that information? Is it intrusive? I'm worried about how the team would take it.
No, not at all. It integrates like a silent assistant into your systems. It can work with your CRM, ERP, browser, email, internal tools, even with your own software if it has accessible APIs or interfaces. It only observes and records activity flows. It doesn't capture personal data or intervene in tasks. Plus, the entire process is transparent. Teams know it's there, and its goal is to help, not control.
And what kinds of things does it detect? What can it show me that I don't already see in my reports?
For example, unnecessary or duplicate steps .sequences that vary from user to user, revealing a lack of standardization .fields that no one fills out, which may indicate that they are not useful .bottlenecks where the system stalls, or where the task takes longer than expected .deviations between what was designed and what is actually executed. It can even detect if there are too many interruptions in a workflow, or if tasks that should be automated are still manual.
That's key. Because we often think something is automated or standardized, but it isn't. Or we think everyone works the same, but everyone has their own way of doing things.
Exactly. This subagent gives you a real-life snapshot of the process, and he does it continuously without the need for interviews, forms, external audits, or lengthy consulting sessions. He just observes, learns, and provides you with evidence.
And how is that presented? As a list of errors or something?
The result is structured into a visual flow with lines, nodes, and times that clearly show how the work flows. The BPMN modeler then transforms this flow into a comprehensible map with standard symbols and easy-to-read annotations. This way, you can visually see the before and after, identify opportunities for improvement, and share them with your team.
And does it happen just once or is it constant? Because processes are constantly changing.
It can operate in 2 modes: spot diagnostic mode, monitors over a specific period, and generates a detailed report .continuous mode, monitors in the background, detecting changes, new inefficiencies, or deviations as the business evolves. This second mode is ideal if you are growing or constantly adding new tools or personnel.
What if there are changes to the processes? Do I have to reconfigure them every time?
It's not necessary. The system learns. If it detects that certain steps have been added or removed, it automatically updates the flow. And if something changes too much or seems inconsistent, it reports it to the Process and Validation Agent, PVA, so they can review whether it's an improvement, an exception, or a deviation that needs to be corrected.
Impressive. And all this without the need for manual auditing, without disturbing the team.
That's right. This subagent gives you what no one else can: a real, current, and objective view of how processes are executed in your company. And with that in hand, the rest of the system, the analysts, the improvement agents, the process designers, can act on a solid foundation. No more guesswork, now you know.
Perfect. Now I understand why this RPA doesn't execute tasks, but rather observes. It's the system's good spy. And what's more, it's a spy that works for me, not to point out errors, but to help me improve.
Exactly. And the best part is, the work doesn't end there. In the following video, you'll see how all that information is converted into clear visual maps thanks to the BPMN modeler. And that's where another stage begins: redesigning processes based on evidence.
Perfect. I want to see how we go from raw data to something visual and understandable for the entire team. Because if we can visualize it, we can improve it. And if we improve it, we can automate it later. I'd like to speak with someone to clarify a couple of specific questions I have about specific processes in my company. Can you put me in touch with someone?
Of course, if you have any questions or suggestions, just contact our expert Antonio Fresco Navacerrada on LinkedIn. He'll be able to answer any questions you may have. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to stay informed about how artificial intelligence can help improve the lives of people and companies.